the front page of The Guardian is a big story about Humza Yousaf, who is leader of the SNP and Scotland's First Minister, and he has got himself into a bit of a political pickle. Ava, what has been happening?
On Thursday, Humza Yousaf announced that he would be withdrawing the SNP from the Butte House Agreement. Now, that's the power-sharing agreement between the Greens and the SNP, who've been ruling Scotland. Now, he did this because the Greens looked like they were going to withdraw from it. So his power was already hanging in the balance. And this has all been over the climate row that erupted earlier this week when the SNP said that they weren't going to be able to hit their climate targets, their net zero targets, because Westminster hadn't been giving them enough money to assist them in helping to reach those targets. Now, obviously, that caused a bit of a furore, particularly amongst the Scottish Conservatives, because they were arguing, well, actually, you have been given quite a large amount of money and you just haven't budgeted it properly. Now where we're at is there's going to be this vote of no confidence, and that was put down by, you guessed it, the Scottish Conservatives. And Labour and Lib Dems in Scotland both agreed that they were going to back the no confidence vote. Yesterday, the Greens announced that they would also back the no confidence vote. And so that was a big problem for Humza Yousaf, because that means curtains.
But they're going to back that no confidence vote essentially because he sacked them. So he broke the Butte Agreement and said, do you know what? I don't need you anymore. So off you go. So then that means he's completely isolated. Is that right? So he's just got the SNP on his side in this no confidence vote, and then the Greens and Labour and Lib Dems and the Tories, everyone on the other side. So he hasn't got enough votes to get through it. Is that right?
Yeah. So normally what happens when you're in a power sharing agreement or when you're in a sort of coalition with another party, if you decide to kick them out, normally they just sort of bend over and go, that's absolutely fine. We didn't like being in power in the first place. And they just let you get away with it.
Right.
But shockingly, the Greens are not taking this lying down. So anyway, all of the power now lies in the hands of Ash Regan, who you might remember contested Humza Yousaf for the leadership before he won it. Now, Ash Regan is she's very, very Christian. She's very opposed to the gender ideology that the SNP have. So when there was this debate with Nicola Sturgeon before she left about whether transgender people would be able to self-ID, she was vehemently opposed to it.
Yeah.
So today, there'll be a lot of conversations between Ash Regan and Humza Yousaf, and it's likely she'll be on the phone saying, listen, drop the gender stuff. You need to actually secure another referendum for Scotland, and then I'll support you.
Wow. Okay. So it sounds kind of almost like America. You know, those situations where everything is really tightly balanced and there's one, I hate to use the word, loony, who everyone has to court to kind of get on their side. Is that the situation?
Yeah, pretty much. And she's off with, so she defected to Alex Salmond's Alapa party.
Okay, so he's basically got himself in this huge pickle by saying goodbye to the Greens and everybody's on the wrong side, and he has to chat up this one person over the weekend to get them on get him on his side and get through the no confidence vote, which is on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Breaking news. Breaking news as we sat down to record this podcast, Humza Yousaf announced that he was not, well, he didn't announce, it was announced that he would not be appearing at a speech he was planning to give today in Glasgow about Scottish independence. So Is the pressure getting to him?
So what's he doing instead then? Just phoning people up going, please vote for me?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, ringing around like some kind of American senator, begging for their support.
It does seem a bit mad for him to have said, right, okay, I don't need you anymore to the Greens. Is that just me?
It's bad politicking, really.
Yeah.
It's bad politicking, maybe speaks to his inexperience, but it doesn't make any sense. Strange decision making, and what he needs to do is just book a spa date for Ash. Just we got the weekend.
Yeah.
And there's lots of lovely retreats in Scotland. You know, something really nice, cozy. Get your nails done, get your feet done. Really feminine. Lean into that. She loves that. Clearly, you know, girl yourself up, love. You know what I mean? Lean into the your womanhood. You know, maybe that might earn the vote back. I don't know.
That's true. So if she does that all weekend and then he sees her on Monday,
get her
maybe
some
for a nice
potpourri,
brunch.
You know, give her a woman basket. Send a woman basket to her house. Potpourri, you know, a bit of impulse.
Herbal tea?
Herbal tea, definitely.
Yeah.
And a candle.
A foot mask.
Yeah, and the full set of leather-bound Harry Potters. And that might win her over. Humza, you got this.
Yeah,
you got this.
I think
signed by J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
You always knew, Ash, what a woman was.